Hey friendies, we're back with another video in our little series here of how to use Lou's characters. I'm showing you here, these are Arlene and Lou bears, and today I'm going to show you how we put clothes and accessories on our characters that Lou creates. It's simpler than it seems. I was using the bear for the last few videos here, so I have him here split apart like we showed you in a previous video, but I'm also going to use her cute little rabbit from another one of her collections. Now with the rabbit you need an extra head to overlay on the front for what I'm going to show you, and you can group these together and you can ungroup these to make them easier for moving. Now when I create a new character pose, I like to start on a clean canvas and have all my assembled parts on another sheet for me to copy and paste. I take the body first and then I start looking for the type of clothes that I want to use. Now Canva has a bunch of clothes in all different styles, skirts, dresses, trousers. The trick is to find one that looks like it can be boxy enough to be cut apart and refashioned, like this one here. It doesn't look like it'll fit right now, but it has potential. It has a really square top that I'm going to crop off right now, and I'm going to fit that to my rabbit first. As you can see, it can be fit to the shoulders and down the arms, and I don't even need to add extra arms. Then I'm going to crop the skirt part. For some reason I thought I was cropping the bottom here, and all I did was crop the top again, so bear with me while I have a very dumb moment of realizing I cropped the wrong part. I'm going to crop the dress part to the length that I want it to be, and I'm going to nestle it at a height that seems like it would sit on my rabbit. Don't be afraid to pull apart these clothes and crop them and crop details off them. Now as you can see, it looks cute like this, but the waist does not look very natural, so I'm going to add in a little belt. This is easy enough, you can take shapes, but this one here I've noticed does not let you change the length of the shape. It only lets you drag it in smaller or make it bigger, so watch when you pick a shape that you don't pick one like that. This one is the exact same. If this happens, go into the just generic shapes and pick a square. As you can see, you can pull both sides in and out, and that's what you want. You want to be able to resize it in all directions. So I'm going to narrow this little belt here, and with the shapes you get the option to outline as well. So once I get it to the sort of thickness that I want, I'm going to change the color of it to match the dress, and I'm also going to outline my little belt, and that should bring the dress together and make it look like it was custom made for this little rabbit. Now to go to this little outline here, you pick the first one, which is the thinnest, and I thought I was changing the outline color here and didn't realize I'd hit on the dress color again, so I go back and fix that. I was definitely having a tired day today making this the wrong color, but I go back and I fix the outline color. So once I have the dress on here, I'm going to go in and reposition that belt and just bring all my details together, pull in the sides and match everything up. Don't be afraid to resize your elements until you get a look that's right. I'm going to make the top a little bit bigger to meet the belt and just make everything look cohesive. You can also change fully the color of most of the outfits in Canva, so I left them this color, but this outfit can be changed. Now you're going to bring your head and shoulders down. I don't know why I'm showing you them again, but I'm going to bring them down. I copy and paste everything, so I've got like a master sheet. I'm separating out the head because I want the shoulders and head to go behind to get the right positioning, and the ears, and then I want the different expression. Now using the previous videos to cut apart your characters makes this the most simple process, because you should have by now a collection of character parts and character bodies that you can copy and paste from. So now that I've got this on, I realize that the neckline does not work with this little brown area, which is supposed to be like the open dress, but that's an easy fix. We go back to our masking techniques where you just take a shape to fill in the bits you don't like, and we're going to tuck this behind its final face. So I'm going to drag down this circle and I'm going to make it match the color of the dress, if I click the right one that is, and then I am going to re-add the head. It's all about positioning and thinking outside the box when you're creating these characters, and using your layers, because they are a godsend. So now I can position the head back on, move down the ears a little touch to get it exactly where I want it, and voila, this is a custom made dress. Now to make this even more custom, we are going to add a couple little details to this bunny. I'm showing you here, I'm going to change the outline color because I feel it's too soft compared to the rabbit outline. I'm just going to darken it slightly to make it like match the style that the rabbit was drawn. Whenever you're using elements in Canva, you always want to pick elements that can be edited in every way, and color is a big must. It really makes a difference to how your end product ends up looking. Now I was looking to add a hat here, but I decided that a better option would be a hairband or a bow, so I'm going into the graphics for those, and I'm going to find just a cute one that I think would match the style. Once again, this one is fully customizable with color changing, so I'm going to completely make it match the dress. Once again, getting confused between my outlines and another color. I just was having one of those days. So once everything matches, I'm going to resize it, and I'm going to use this bow not only as a dress detail but as a matching bow on her head. So I just copy and paste it, resize it, tilt it and stick it on her head, and voila, we have a little bunny ready to go to a birthday party. I'm going to shrink her down so she fits in my canvas nicely. Now I would download her completely as a transparent PNG, and there you have one dressed bunny character for your portfolio you would never need to make again. And I'm showing you here there are so many accessories in the paid version of Canva. The list is endless of the costumes that you could put on your bunny. Okay, so now I'm going to dress our bear, because this one has got more arms and more feet, and I'm going to show you how I take things that don't fit and I'm going to match them together. This is a generic vest, and I am showing you here that it does not fit in any way, shape or form, but we're going to make it fit. I'm going to make it as large as I need to for the width of his body, and I'm going to position where I would think the armholes would need to be. Then I'm going to crop this down and take away all the excess that I don't need. So I'm going to drag it above his feet and down to roughly where his neckline is. It's not precise right now, I'm just trying to get things in order. Okay, so one of the arms that we had cut out from our bear's part gets layered over the top, and that takes care of one side of the top not fitting properly, as you can see. And then I'm just going to recrop that to bring it down to the shoulder height. Okay, so this other side of his vest doesn't fit, but we're going to take care of that after we add the skirt layer, because then I will be able to do both at once. So I'm going to go in and find a skirt, and immediately I noticed this orange one down here and I like the pattern. I'm going to crop that down to a shorter length where it's at quite a wide point, so that it does not have to be made that big to cover the bear, and I'm going to move it down to where I think the skirt should sit. And this is where we then bring our cut off feet and put them as a top layer and position them to hide the fact that the skirt covers the feet. Now it's all about your layers, it's all about just building up these characters using all your body parts when it comes to dressing. So as you can see, we've now got a skirt and a top. We can now take care of this edge bit. Now I like to utilize Canva's multitude of shapes. As you can see, shrinking the vest isn't going to help, it's just going to uncover. So instead what we want to do is create a mask, because there's no way I can fix this without using something to cover that little edge. Now there's a shape in Canva which is under the curve search that I use quite often, and it's this one here. It's a very shallow curve and I love it for masking things like this. I take it to where I want it, I line it up as best I can, and then once it's in position I can change it to white and move it to back, and it takes care of that. Now all that I need to do is add his head and reposition the head, and when I come to downloading this as a PNG later, I will download it as a sheet and then bring it back and take away the background because I've added that mask. Okay, so now we've got the head in, I'm going to add some accessories. Very simply, I fancy a necklace. The head is detachable, so we can tuck anything behind on this bear to make it look more pulled together and cuter rather than just wearing a vest and a skirt. So that necklace is a little bit big, and resizing it doesn't really work, but this one here is absolutely perfect. I can tuck it behind the bear's head. I can even change the color of one of the beads to make it match the outfit, and it's just adorable and kind of suits what they're wearing. Now, I did start looking for a bracelet, and then I realized that the necklace that I used was actually perfect, so I duplicate it, I cut it shorter, and it's going to be a matching bracelet on the bear's arm. Now, I love dressing and accessorizing our little characters. I do it often for Lean and Lou. We have a whole calendar of Lean and Lou bears wearing different outfits, and it's the most fun thing. If you've got a day off, just sit and dress your character a million different ways. Okay, so I'm just going in and cropping the bracelet a little more closely just to clean that edge up where I've taken that little bead off. You could mask it, but I'm just doing this for quickness. And I think we're not done there. I think this bear needs something else. Some sunglasses, which I often put on Lean and Lou because I think it is hilariously funny and adorably cute. And Canva has a million sets of sunglasses. So I picked this funky pair. I feel like it goes with the beads. And I'm going to move them down to sit on the bear's nose and show some of his eyelids off. It just seems like that's where they would sit. And lastly, I'm going to give the bear a bow. So once again, pick one that can be changed colour, match it to your outfit. Don't be afraid to try out all different elements. This is how we create such spectacular little creatures. And I'm going to tilt it and stick it on their head just like I did with the rabbit. Now that looks cool, but I decided the sunglasses need to be more in keeping with the bear, so I go in and change them to a different colour. This is why we pick things that are changeable. And there we have it. We have two completely dressed characters in a matter of seconds, and I hope this was helpful.